Hey, good morning, guys. I got another coin shop finds video for you here. This video is going to be more of the collectible kind of coins. Typically, I'll go out of the 30x bin if you follow any of the videos, and I'll see if I can, find any gems in there at a reasonable price. I went ahead last weekend and this weekend, and I bought a coin each weekend that was a little more pricey, that I thought was worth the money. And the first one was this 1899 O Barber half dollar. The coin shop is saying that it's a VF30, and I would say that it's pretty close to that grade. It's got just a exceptional look to it. The amount of wear, the location of the wear, and the tone all together just give it, in my opinion, the perfect look for what you want to see in a Barber half dollar. So I noticed this a couple of weeks ago when I was there looking for a dime for the album, and I just couldn't quite get it out of my head. I kind of knew I was going to buy it when I went back. And I actually kept, held back from buying it for a couple weeks in a row. I'm glad somebody else didn't buy it, because I pretty much knew last week when I went there that I was going to buy this. I just been thinking about it too much. And I'm glad I bought it. Paid $199 for it. And this is the type of coin that if I was going to send coins out to get graded, this would be the type of coin that I would send out to get graded. And I think holdered, this coin would be worth more than $200. It just got a really, really great look to it. Any Barber collector would absolutely love to have this coin. So I was very happy to pick this up. No regrets on this one. And, something that I would suggest if you are into collecting Barber coinage, go ahead and get yourself this book, a guidebook of Barber silver coins. It's got every single year and denomination, and it goes in and it gives you their estimation of what it should be worth on the market. And then it also has, let's see if I could find, there it is. Excuse me. It's got grading tips. You could see, for each grade, you could go in and it'll just give you a brief overview of what you should see for that grade. And there's other books you could get that are a lot more extensive, that give like a complete start to finish, very intricate, detailed analysis of what each grade should be. But this is good to have just as a refresher. And I do like to bring this with me to the coin shop so that, I could have some information on my side. You could always go in your phone and just look it up on your phone. But I like to have the book. It's quicker, and I get a little bit more information faster when I have the book. And I just like to have it. So I'd encourage anybody who collects Barber coinage to pick the book up. It is helpful. And I'm sure they make books just like this for any other coinage that you might happen to collect. But that's my ramble on the book. Now what I got this weekend, and it's in a plastic holder, so I'm just going to put it on this 2x2 so my fingers aren't too much in the picture. But this is another coin that I've kind of had my eye on the past couple of weeks. You know, it just so happened that I was at the coin shop, you know, looking for dimes for the album, and the last couple of weeks in a row, before last weekend, I did actually find something that I wanted to put for the album that caught my eye. They haven't had anything since then that's quite the look that I'm going for, so I'm trying to be picky with the album. But they've got a lot of other really nice coins, and this was one of them. It's 1834 cap bust dime, or a cap bust quarter, excuse me, and it's in really nice condition. You know, I think they had XF on the little 2x2 is what they determined the grade was on this. And this is a coin that I'm going to send in to get graded. And, you know, just fingers crossed, I hope it doesn't come back cleaned. You know, the coin shop owner, I had him take an extra look at it. His opinion was that it was problem-free. You know, I think it's a good-looking coin. I've looked at it under the scope. There's no hairlines that, you know, go from the field over the devices, which is something that you want to look at when you're assessing whether something's been cleaned. Because there's chatter, and there's rubs, and there's die lines, which are perfectly fine. But usually if you scrub something and wipe it down, you'll get the hairlines go from the field over the device back into the field. And that's just a telltale way to figure out that was wiped and cleaned. So I didn't see any of that on this. I think it's a really, really good looking quarter. I really like the design on this. I like how the reverse has so much open field, because it has 25 cents instead of saying $quarter. And I think the eagle is just a little more slender than the heraldic eagle that you see on the Barbers. So I think that just leaves a little bit more space for open fields, which I kind of like. And I like the obverse too. Lots of open fields on the obverse as well. I do like this design. It's just a really, really nice looking quarter. And I am a quarter collector. You know, Barber quarters would be the number one. I like Seated Liberty quarters, and now I'm getting into cap bust quarters. So, what do you think? I think it's an awesome looking quarter. It almost has a little bit of a proof-like vibe to it on the reverse, just the way that the device pops. I don't think that it is proof-like, but it's almost got that little bit of a vibe to it. But either way, I will eventually send this one out. You know, I think it's a excellent coin. I believe it probably would come back XF45. You know, maybe even if I got really lucky, could hit an AU50. But if it came back straight graded in any grade, really, I'd be happy. But XF40, XF45, I'd be very happy. And then back to this 1899-0. I mean, this is the look. For me, this is the look. You can't get a circulated Barber to look any nicer than this, in my opinion. It's just got everything. The tone, you know, the wear. You know, this has seen some circulation. This has put in some work. You know, the stories this thing would probably tell if it could talk. It's just a really cool coin. So, there's my last two coin shop purchases. Tell me what you think about them. You know, I'm pretty happy with both of them. I I did spend $329 on this quarter. Get my fingers out of there. So it was pricey, but for me, I thought it was worth it. I think $199 for that $50 is a bargain. But let me know what you guys think. I'll see you on the next one.